This should have sent oil prices straight up, and it didn't. And that's really the story here. Overnight, the US captured Nicolas Maduro, and if you were expecting panic in energy markets, it just never showed up. No spike, no scramble, no sense that anything had gone off the rails. So what I want to talk about here isn't the morality of it or whether this sets some new precedent. It's why the oil market basically shrugged, and why that shrug matters a lot more than people realize. The reason is pretty simple once you sit with it for a minute. Venezuela isn't the oil heavyweight it used to be, even though, on paper, it has the largest proven reserves in the world. The fields are run down, infrastructure's decayed, crews have left, and production's been sliding for years. So when Maduro disappears, the market doesn't see barrels suddenly vanishing. It sees political uncertainty being removed from a system that was already priced as broken. And right now, there's no shortage of fear to amplify that shock anyway. Inventories are comfortable, US production is high, and OPEC still has slack. There's just nothing for traders to panic over. So oil stays calm, and calm markets are where leverage quietly shifts. Because here's the thing, Venezuela's oil doesn't matter because it's flowing. It matters because of who could eventually make it flow again. And realistically, only one country has the lawyers, engineers, capital, companies, and security footprint to step into that space when the dust settles: the United States. That doesn't mean Washington suddenly owns Venezuelan oil. That's not how this works. What it means is Washington controls the option, the ability to turn those reserves back into real supply on its terms when the moment's right. China doesn't have that option. For years, China poured money into Venezuela through oil-backed loans, betting that future production would make the math work. Whether that exposure is 10 billion or 20 doesn't really matter. What matters is that those deals only function if the political system holding them together survives. Once that system fractures, the loans don't turn into leverage. They turn into paper claims Beijing can't enforce. China can't secure the fields, it can't stabilize the politics, and it definitely can't project force into the Caribbean to fix the problem. So they're the ones left wearing it. And then there's Russia. Venezuela was never some deep strategic partner. It was a distraction, a loud anti-US regime that forced Washington to keep attention split. With Maduro gone, that distraction fades. And when oil stays cheap at the same time, Russia gets hit from two directions: lower revenue and fewer geopolitical pressure points working in its favor. And none of this required a fight. So why now? Because the timing finally lined up. Maduro was already on shaky ground, and the market was calm enough to take it. And politically, this kind of action lowers pressure at home instead of raising it. No gas shock, no consumer backlash. Just pressure, no drama. That's the real outcome here. Oil stays cheap. China eats risk it can't fix. Russia loses a spoiler it once leaned on. And the US gains flexibility without paying for it at the pump. Nothing exploded, nothing spiked, nothing broke. Which is exactly why this worked. So what do people think actually happens to all that oil now? And are Venezuelans better off without Maduro in the picture? You would think so. I guess time will tell.